Hello and welcome to this weather update. It's 9:30, November 10th, 2020, and we're looking at the current satellite image, and you'll notice something that they've improved the resolution of the satellite image, so it looks a lot much higher resolution now. And you will see here that we haven't had many clouds around, just some scattered cirrus in the late afternoon, and some altocumulus. Other than that, it was another mostly sunny day again today, although more humid than yesterday, but still a nice day. So we're going to take a look at the current conditions outside right now, and you will see it is definitely temperatures are not as cool as last night. We're in the low 60s, so 61 in Carl Place. You see the dew points also very high, upper 50s to around 60 degrees across Long Island, and as well as in New Jersey as well. You'll see that it's warm and humid. Tropical air is coming in. So let's take a look at what our high temperatures were today. And you will see, depending on where you were, middle of the island in the North Shore, mid 70s, even a 77 up in looks like around Northport. But on the South Shore, temperatures were in the upper 60s. 72 was the high at West Hampton. If we go ahead and we look at New Jersey, probably a lot hotter there. Let's take a look at that. So if we look at New Jersey, you'll see, yep, 77 in Toms River. So pretty hot in New Jersey. And you will see also, let's see what the city hit. Central Park, 74, 75 at LaGuardia, 68 at JFK. So you get the idea, warmer away from the water. And we can also look at the minimum temperature too as well, and show what it got down to last night. And it looks like West Hampton dropped to 43 degrees last night. And you can see mid 40s. This is kind of typical. Tonight will not be like that because we have more humidity around. We're not going to drop tonight. We're going to be staying in the upper 60s. So you see the 40s there across much of the island here. And actually, we could change this. Let's see if I can change this valid time point. Yeah, I can change the valid time point. So if we move this along to yesterday, let's see if I can do that. I don't know if it's going to work. Let's see if it'll update to yesterday's lows. Yeah, so yesterday's lows, you'll see West Hampton. This is yesterday, the 9th. West Hampton got down to 34, and a lot of other stations got down to the mid 40s. Obviously warmer in the city, holding on to the heat. And so, and if you look at New Jersey, you'll also see that it dropped off at 37 in the Pine Barrens. So the Pine Barrens drops off. I noticed a 37 over here too around Jamesburg. There's actually some Pine Barrens around here in New Jersey, around that spot in New Jersey as well. So we'll move this back to today, and we'll see what New Jersey's lows got to today. So you'll see got down to 41 in Miller Air Park west of Toms River. So it does drop off at night there, even though it's hotter during the day. So let's go and take a look at see if there are any record highs were set today or not. We'll look at the Twitter. Yes, we have seen record-breaking temperatures for the 4th day in a row. So let's see what happened here. We're going to pull this up in a minute here. So our climate sites at Newark, Bridgeport, and Central Park all broke the record high. So they're not showing what the record high was. I don't know why they're not, but let me see. Maybe if we go here, hold on. Nope, they have not told us what the record high was for the day. So this was yesterday's graphic. So they didn't put a graphic up, and but not the record was not broken at Islip, but the record was broken at Newark, Bridgeport, and Central Park. So, and LaGuardia was tied. So we saw what the high was at Central Park, 74. So let's go to the tropics now. We got Eta, we got Theta, and we've got this disturbance, which is going to become something. So, and of course, as I said yesterday, Theta is the record-breaking storm, most named storms ever in a season. And here we are in early November, so you know there's going to be more. The season is just crazy. So let's first take a look at the latest public advisory on Tropical Storm Eta. So as of location, this is as of 6 p.m. Location 23.5 north, 84.7 west, about 110 miles north of the western tip of Cuba. Maximum sustained wind 60 miles an hour, moving north at 7 miles an hour. Minimum central pressure 989 millibars, 29.20 inches. And if we go to the map, you will see again that they kind of have it just meandering and then eventually making landfall as a very weak tropical storm on the panhandle. But we have to see because it could be stronger than that. And you cannot underestimate these things. You know how bad the models have been this entire year with this. So let's go to theta now. We still don't have an actual advisory for theta listed, but maximum sustained wind 70 miles an hour, moving east-northeast at 14 miles an hour. I don't know why they don't have an advisory for it. Oh wait, maybe this is it. Here we go. Theta is maintaining its intensity as it moves over the open eastern Atlantic. So as of 3 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time, it is located at 29.4 north, 35.5 west, about 770 miles southwest of the Azores. Maximum sustained winds 70 miles an hour, moving east-northeast at 12 miles an hour. Minimum central pressure 989 millibars, 9.21 inches. Isn't that the same as Eta? That's weird. Theta and Eta are like sisters. And this is a large storm. 2 tropical storm force winds extend outward up to 205 miles from the center. So they're not calling it subtropical storm anymore. Now it's a tropical storm, and it looks like it could possibly hit the Azores, or maybe Spain or Portugal. Ah, boy. So let's take a look at the. All right, we'll start with the satellite for Theta, and then we'll look at Eta. So I know it doesn't look. It doesn't look like much, but with the you can see here that there is definitely a really good defined circulation, and it is tropical in nature. So it is a tropical system. Let's look at the latest models on Theta, and you will see it kind of keeps it over the ocean for now. So it's still a ways away from the nearest land. Intensity guidance. Some of them take it up to a hurricane. Most maintain it as a tropical storm. But again, very unusual to see storms forming in this area. Seeing so much unusual stuff. So now let's take a look at Eta. This is Eta, looking a little more impressive now. Oh, it's moving north again too. So you'll see it's moving north again. So it's moving north, and as it's moving north, it's gaining strength again. You can clearly see this has got a good, well-defined circulation here that we have. We don't have an eye, but it is a well-defined circulation, and it is strengthening. So go to the models now. Oh, yeah, I could have looked at the chart from here. Oh, my mistake. Let's do that. Oh. You know what? The site's buggy. I'm not gonna try. Because we'll look at. I mean, let's see if I can try to get this still. I don't know why it doesn't want to work. Eta. All right, there we go. Let's look at these. So this is the models for this thing, and you will see here that we have a cluster now. So it looks like it's gonna go over the northern part of Florida and then emerge back out in the Atlantic again. So that looks different from the hurricane center's track. They seem to think it's going to track further west, which is interesting. This is the intensity guidance. You can see some of them take it up to a hurricane. I would not be surprised. I fully would expect this thing to become a hurricane again. Let me look at another satellite image here so we can show you the other disturbance that we've got going on. Go to this. So we're going to change this to Caribbean. tropical Atlantic. So there's Eta. You can see this disturbance. Here it is. That is definitely going to become a that is definitely, you can see the flaring up already. And you really can't see, but there's Theta over there. So, yeah, quite a bit going on. So let's go to the models now, and we'll start with the upper air. Be a lot to cover. Upper air. Let's go to the North American view. And we're at the GFS here. And again, this is the 18Z run. So you can see that huge ridge in the east. And there is what is Eta. It does weaken as it approaches Florida and then kind of just disappears. And you can see that ridge. We're still dealing with that ridge. Here we are. Friday. So we get a cold front through Friday eventually. And then we have a cooler weather on Saturday. And then you see some more troughing. And then if you look at the tropics, you can see here is the next system right there. And it looks like it looks like it makes a left turn and goes south into Honduras again. But you'll notice after a trough next week and a cool down, the ridge builds back again. So any cool downs we get will be brief and transitional, and then you can see it kind of go back. And then it looks like it pops something else up. So, yeah, we're going to have, we are going to go way past. We're going to smash the record with the amount of storms we're getting this year, tropical systems. It's just unbelievable. Let's look at the European model now. And we'll see, here's the ridge again. And you can see it really, Euro brings that trough through next week, but it's just transitional. And then it goes right back again to the way it was. So, trend is above normal, basically. So let's take a closer look at the surface here. Go to surface map on CONUS view on the GFS. And there is Eta right there. We'll move this along into tomorrow. So you can see Eta, and you can see it getting wrapped up. I think it's going to become a hurricane. I don't agree with the Hurricane Center. I think it becomes a hurricane. Probably Category 1. Maybe more, but probably Category 1. I don't see it going past Cat 1. It might touch Cat 2, perhaps. But this is tomorrow. You can see along the Florida. You know it's going to stir up the waves on the west coast. Even without a direct landfall, the west coast of Florida is going to have some storm surge flooding. But then as it approaches the northwestern part of Florida, it kind of weakens. You can see that. And you can see for us, you can see that high, finally the high that brought us all this crazy warm weather and beautiful skies is going to move offshore. So you'll see that's going to allow this cold front to approach. And some of the moisture from Eta is going to get pulled into this cold front and enhance the rainfall for overnight, Wednesday night into Thursday. And then we finally try to get rid of the rain. You can see that remnant low there. It's going to ride along this front that's going to be offshore, the remnant low of Eta. But who knows? It could become another. It could stay. It could have some definition even as this front moves offshore. But you'll see we have another chance of rain Friday night with like a little disturbance, and then we have a dry day on Saturday, cooler, and then we get the ridge again, and then the next cold front moves through. And you can see this is a strong one. You can see the tight isobars. There'll be a very strong northwest flow, and it'll be chilly, but that'll be short. We'll have this high, and it's going to be over us for most of next week, so it should give us nice weather. And you see we'll have another nice a long period of nice weather again, and then we, you see a couple of chances for rain after that, and then can't really see what's going on farther south. So that's the GFS CONUS view. Let's now take it a little closer to the southeast so we can pay closer attention to Eta. So you can see here it really gets wrapped up as we go into tomorrow. But it is moving, so it will have motion. It's getting pulled up by the trough, and then it gets pulled in. It weakens because it's getting shear as it approaches the northwest part of Florida. But there could still be a lot of rain from that. So if we were to take a look at the amount of rain that we would see, total accumulated precip you would see in some areas there could be 6, 7 inches of rain. Some of the moisture could also get into the Carolinas too, eastern North Carolina, eastern southern Carolina, cause some flooding there as well. We're going to look at the winds. You get an idea of the wind that will be generated. So you see the winds pick up a little bit. I think it flirts with hurricane status before it weakens again. But I don't think by the time it reaches land, I don't think the wind is going to be that much of a concern. I think it's just going to be the rain that's going to cause all this flooding going on. Now, we're going to also look at the NAM 12 kilometer as well, which I don't have enough of the 0Z in, so we got to use the 18Z. So this is the NAM. Let's see if the NAM has a similar idea here. Yes, it does. So similar idea to the GFS. So I'm thinking we have an idea. I don't know why the Hurricane Center doesn't want to. I think they're going to have to shift that track further right. At least that's what the models are indicating, because it's going to get pulled up by this trough. So we're going to also put this in the precipitation mode. But it really does it's going to intensify tonight into tomorrow, before weakening again by tomorrow night. And you can see that moisture getting pulled up along the front. So it's going to be more of a rain threat than anything else, I think. Not so much on the wind. So let's go to our region, and we will look at the NAM as well, and take a look and show you what's going to happen for tomorrow. So you'll see this rain approaching, and I think we'll be dry hopefully most of tomorrow, but I think that rain is going to move in like around 5-6 o'clock, and then some of it could be heavy at times, and continue, and you'll see here it is on Thursday. So we're still dealing with on and off rain, and then finally we can get rid of it by later in the day, Thursday, and get this offshore. And then Friday we would have to watch for a chance of light rain with a little trough and what remains of Ada moving offshore along that stall front. So let's go to the HRRR as well. We can look at that one too as well. Alright, that's the 02. So we'll look at the 0Z HRRR. And this is tomorrow again. So you could see tomorrow we may be dealing with this rain moving in the depending, the timing looks like it's going to be around probably anything after 5 from west to east. Definitely by 7 or 8 I think we'll be seeing some rain, and some of it could be heavy at times. You see that heavier patches there. We'll definitely see some of that rain move in, and then we'll try to get it offshore later on Thursday. So it will be wet in the evening tomorrow, and like I said, some of this rain could be heavy at times, because this is tropical moisture. If we pull up the dew points on here, you'll see the humidity climbing. You clearly see that humidity climbing, very high humidity, and there's that. And you can clearly also see that front slowly approaching and bringing the humidity down. Let's move this back over the NAM 12 kilometers. So you can see this as well, the 18Z run as well. So let's look at this. So you can clearly see that front is very well defined. So you can see there's that humidity, and then boom, the front comes through. Thursday we dry it out and we push that front to the south, but you can see that little wave along it there, and then we dry out for the weekend. So we'll go to the GFS here. We'll look at our temperatures, because one more warm day tomorrow, and that's going to be it. So tomorrow you'll see with the clouds and the onshore flow, and there might even be some fog or drizzle around. Temperatures are on Long Island probably will be in the mid to upper 60s, but in New Jersey, it could be in the upper 70s to around 80, which could aid in the energy perhaps of the showers and possible thunderstorms with this cold front. So you can clearly see that cold front. Here we are, very well defined on Thursday. Look at that, a very well defined cold front Thursday morning, and then it's offshore, and then we're done with it. Though the warm air tries to come back at us on Friday a little bit with that wave, and then we get the much cooler conditions. Once you'll start off Thursday in the 60s, and by the evening you'll be in the upper 40s and low 50s. And then for Friday, it's going to try to inch up again, probably to the low to mid 50s. And then Saturday morning, we're going to be in the 30s. And then for Saturday, we'll be in the low 50s probably. So low to mid 50s, seasonal for this time of the year. And then you already see it trying to warm up again by Sunday. Not going to go beyond that into next week. Well, I'll show you, give you a preview into next week. So next week we have that cold front move through, and this will be when we'll be below normal. Highs only in the 40s for next Tuesday, maybe only even 30s for Wednesday. So it's going to get quite cold next week for a couple of days. There you go, mid 40s again. But then it starts warming up again. So we will have at least a couple of days of some really below normal temperatures. Not enough to make up for all this warmth, though. So let's go look at the skies. So here's these clouds. The clouds roll in tomorrow. We're cloudy. And then that rain starts. And then we'll be doing clouds Thursday. Obviously, Friday, we'll probably still be stuck in the clouds. We have to wait until Saturday. Then we'll finally get out of it, I think. Because obviously we'll have that wave. You can see that stall front there. And then Saturday we'll be out of it with the clouds. I'm not going to go beyond that. You can look at the NAM 3 kilometer with the clouds as well. Well, there's no point. It's not going to go far enough out to really see anything. We can also look at the RGM as well with the clouds. So you'll see here that I don't know if it's going to go really far enough out. You sort of see what's going to happen. It actually goes out to a little bit, but you sort of see Friday we have this wave that's going to keep some clouds and maybe a couple of showers around, perhaps on Friday, and then it's out of here. And then we have a nice, chilly, more seasonable Saturday. So you can hopefully look at some fall foliage. Hopefully some will still be around. We'll have to hopefully there won't be too much wind with these showers because there could be wind with it too. Speaking of wind, let's go to the windy.com site where we'll look there at Ada. You clearly see it there. So this is the European model here. We'll put this on wind gusts. You can see here. So this is Ada. All right, it's under the European. So it's like let's see, where is it? 9 a.m. You can see it's strengthening. Here's 9 a.m. I think it comes close to becoming a hurricane. Here, let's go to 1 p.m. Now the Euro's track's a little different here. All right, the Euro's much slower, and it seems like it's taking it more toward the Gulf. So we have a little bit of a disagreement going on here. Euro wants to keep it there. I think it's an outlier, though. I really do. Eventually, it wouldn't make landfall until Friday, more in the Panhandle. So that's kind of like what the Hurricane Center's going with. They're going with the Euro, I guess. Whether that's going to be right or not, that's anyone's guess. Well, it depends if it gets caught in the trough or not. Now, for our area, we'll look at the wind for tomorrow night. Because there may be some wind tomorrow night with those showers. We'll see if there is. Yeah, there will be some wind with these showers, perhaps. And it will be short-lived, but again, in the showers, you could see some stronger winds. Nothing that's going to require a wind advisor or anything like that. So that is going to wrap up this weather update. A lot to talk about. Once again, thank you for watching and have a good night.